Man, what's going on? It's your boy T-Vogue, the host. Listen, I got some great people. I got family in the building. Family in the building. This is Music City Podcast. And man, when I tell you this is going to be a great time, I believe I might be like the first person in Shreveport to get these two together.
Yeah.
I think so.
I believe at one time.
Yeah.
On a podcast now. On a podcast. Let's be specific. On a podcast. So this is a great one. Listen, this is season 2, episode 3. And I'm thankful, man. We had Shilo in the building. Now we got the people that made Shilo. The reason why Shilo is a movement, the reason why Shilo is R&B, the reason why Shilo traveled the world is because these two individuals, and they are the secret weapons of Shreveport. They are one of the formulas of Shreveport. Man, they know a lot of people. They're not just Shreveport and Boulder City, Minden. No, they're worldwide people because they have put their times out there. They have reached the people, but also too they do stuff with integrity. That's the most that's the most like number. And also too they do right by people. They love God's people, but they also too they understand the music side of business. They understand the business, all right? And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, but I definitely want them to tap in just a little bit on business because we're going to help some people out today on Music City Podcast, but also, too, we're going to celebrate these people. So give it up, everybody, for Tanji and my brother Slack in the building, the Jeffersons.
What they do?
Come on.
George and Louise.
Come on. He said George. What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm thankful y'all for being on this platform, man. Humble beginnings. You saw where I come from, man, and it's just amazing to have y'all on my platform because y'all are some empires of this city and abroad. Y'all are some staples in the music industry,
that, man.
Real
appreciate
talk.
you too,
Thank
man.
you,
Because
yeah.
Real talk.
I love what you're doing, man. It's only up from here.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do. So tell her, because this is a story I want to know. How did y'all meet?
She came to the. She came from California. Friend of mine, Maxie. He was like, man, I got this lady that want to come and record, and he was like, oh man, I just want you to record her, man. It's like he was putting it to me like she was getting on his nerve or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he brought her to the studio and stuff, man. But I actually got sick. I was sick. It was winter month, and winter months don't do me well at all.
Yeah.
And I guess she thought I was faking or something, man. But I sent her tracks.
Okay.
And I told her, I said, well, look, I'm sick. As soon as I get better, I get well, I got you,
Yeah.
Well,
And,
wait, let me say this. Maxie is also my brother's friend from a number of years. And so my brother hit me and said, hey, you going to be down here. Maxie want to work with you. Maxie want to do a song with you. So he know it's true. And so I was like, okay, well, can I hear the song? Let me talk to Maxie. So Maxie was like, I want to take it to my producer, and da-da-da-da, and I got this song. So I go over there and meet Ron. And of course I heard people talk about Slack and my brother Fuzz.
I grew up.
Yeah,
We all grew up in Queensboro, but I never saw her.
Right.
I didn't even know they had a sister.
Wow.
I just knew all the brothers,
Oh,
She had a big family, but I knew the brothers, but I never seen her. Never. Man. We stayed on the same street, a street apart. went to high school, with her brothers and stuff, but I never seen her.
Wow.
Never.
No. So I get over there, do the song, and he asked me he said, so you do other stuff? I was like, yeah, I got a project. I got stuff. So he gave me some tracks, like he said, and he was sick.
And he was like, don't come around. But I'm like, you standing over me. Don't stand over me.
Need some space now. I'm trying to work.
This man actually got me out of my bed, and I was really sick. And he really got me out of my bed. Like, man, I need to do this song. I need to do this. And I got up and I did it, but man, if I tell you I was weak, and man, I wasn't feeling good at all. So I told her, I said, look, I'm gonna make it up to y'all, because I'm like, you really don't like this song, do you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I'll take care of y'all, So
Yeah.
that's how we met from there, man. We just started working together and we just jailed.
divine connection. So Tanji, like that's one thing also too. Like, how did you get into the music industry? Because y'all are like equal when it comes to I know these people. We bring it together. Oh my God, we Beyonce and Jay-Z when it comes to business, music business, and knowing people to reach to make something happen or connect somebody. Hey, man, I got you. Let me call him right quick because I've been with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, someone call you and say, man, I need to, or you say I got this. You know, I'm trying to do this. Or you in New York and someone's calling you down here. They need, like we were talking about yesterday, they need some sound and you there and all. So, but how did that happen, Tanya, for you? How did you get into the music industry?
Okay, so I've been writing like songs. I didn't know what I was doing. Since I was a little kid. I was writing poetry, and then I started writing songs. I would hear the songs, have the melody and everything. I'm like 8 years old, singing the songs to my mom and my brother and them. I got a song. I'm sitting them down in the living room, and they don't want to hear it because I'm the annoying little sister. They like, we don't want to. She like, shut up, sit down. So I'm playing my song, singing my song, and I just kept on writing songs. I had this whole like folder full of songs that I wrote, and then I typed them up. Some at Grambling even. I have the songs.
Wow.
And one of my friends, Drew, he was like, man, you got all these songs, what you got to do? So I recorded some stuff a little bit, you know, but didn't really, and then I have a cousin here, Jerry, they call him Moose, Welch. He had a studio, so went over there and sang and stuff, but of course I sang in church. Everybody know we sang in church. But
I did.
Well, I sang in church, and my dad was an evangelist. My dad was a preacher, so
Okay.
I was always singing at different churches wherever he was.
Oh yeah.
But I was in choir and stuff at school, at the university, but nothing like when I got to California. And
So how did you transition from? So you went to Grambling, right?
I went to Grambling.
So how you get from Grambling to California?
Well, I have family in California, but one of my friends that was my roommate,
Okay.
one of my roommates, was from California, and so my brother lived out there. One of my other brothers lived out there, but Saeed lived out there. So we go out there for his wedding, and I ended up staying out there with her. Now, prior to that, I can't lie. Like I said, I was at Grambling, and I was in choir, and I'm like 17 up to like maybe 19. And one of my brothers is a writer with EMI. So
Yeah,
actually, big
she
jump.
plugged. She plugged y'all.
Yeah. So
Shreveport.
I'm gonna tell you how easy it is to meet people when it's purpose for you to do it.
Come on.
When the door is like open for you.
Come on.
So I go out there. I'm 19, and my brother. I went to go stay with this brother just for the summer.
Yeah.
So we're out there, and he's like, "So, you sing?" We go to Elliot Wolf's house, and
Yeah, tell them who Elliot Wolf is.
okay, Elliot Wolf, music goes. He there's a lot of hits, but let me just go say, at that time it was Paul Abdul.
Wow.
Okay, so
Wow.
it was straight up.
Pablo Abdul.
So-
this.
We go to Elliot Wolf's house, and I'm 19 again, and I had some traumatic stuff happen at Grambling. I didn't know. Like I said, I'm 18, 19 years old, and my choir teacher didn't like me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm thinking I suck. So I get out there. We at Elliot's house. He's like, "Oh, your sister sings?" He's like, my brother's like, I can't. I want you to do this part. I was like, no, I don't want to sing. Nope, don't want to. And it was because of where I was, because of what happened, not because of any other reason. Not that I didn't want to sing or anything. And kept my little mouth shut, didn't do anything. But like I said, met Elliot Wolf, and just as sweet as he can be. From the moment he met me, remembered me from that moment on. So didn't do anything, but when I went back out there, people found out, what's the name of the place? The World Stage. So they have this thing called the Jazz Vocal Workshop. Billy Higgins is the most recorded jazz drummer there is.
Wow.
And there's a lot of old head, like, jazz musicians that's known, like, in this place. So I do the Jazz Vocal Workshop. We learn in songs, like, what you do is you go through the songs. They go through the songs with you during the workshop, and then they have a showcase. So we go through Skylark, but I ended up doing Glory of Love, and this lady played it for me.
Wow.
And one of this older white guy comes in, and he was like, I come in one day later, he was like, I've been waiting on you to come in. I was like, what's
been waiting on you.
I'm like, what did I do? He's like, I'm gonna play that song for you the way it's supposed to be played. Can you go sing it? I'm like, okay. So I come out after that, and I meet this other guy, Billy. So Billy really got me out of the whole, where I know I wanted to sing all this time, but the lady had just like stumped my little dreams. So that's, you gotta watch Dream Killers. And we gotta watch and make sure that parents are not dream killers. Because, you know, it happens. But my parents weren't. But we gotta watch and make sure that we don't do that to our kids.
Facts.
And that we don't allow people to do that to our kids,
Right.
not even teachers or mentors,
Come on.
coaches. You know, we got to watch that because God put us here for purpose.
Facts.
And you got people who work for the other side. It's stumping out the dream, stumping out the purpose. So I ended up doing some music with him, like I said, and he really got me out of that whole like slump that I was in.
Yeah.
And the world stage, those musicians, those old musicians, which is what I don't understand about here.
Come on.
Where like it's like a separation, like the older musicians and the young artists and the older artists, like it's like a competition, or it's like they think you're taking something from them. But when I went to the world stage, these people like poured into me. They like encouraged me. Oh no, you're wonderful. You're this, and they like built me back up from that whole just horrible, that horrible stuff that I had gone through. One of my friends said to me, she said, we can hear the truth all of our lives and then believe one lie. And we'll let that one lie mess us up. So that's where I was. And being in California, doing the world stage, working with Billy introducing me to people. Billy introduced me to another guy named Billy. I'm telling you, it's just crazy. So, okay, Billy introduced me to another guy named Billy. Billy played the piano. And this guy had been playing, you might meet anybody in California who played for anybody. So this guy had played for a lot of people, and he was like, had been on drugs and stuff.
Wow.
So he was like, well, Billy wants to take you somewhere. And you would, like, in our minds, sometimes we look at people and judge them, but went over there. This guy ended up being Deanie Clark.
And who's Deanie Clark?
Deanie Clark is a vocal coach.
Wow.
Who worked with Peebo Bryson, Roberta Flack.
Ooh.
He said when he met Roberta Flack, she was just a choir singer.
Come on.
Singing in church.
Right.
And like he was old, so he had worked with Billie Holiday, like way back in the day. So here I am. I go to his house, and I'm talking. First thing this man says to me is, like I'm doing right now, this is wrong. I'm using my singing voice. This is why a lot of people walk up, like people who are in the industry out there would say, I sing, because they say I talk like I sing. But he was like, that's wrong. He's like, listen to Michael Jackson. Listen to these other artists. They don't talk like this. and he's imitating me. This is how bad it is. He imitates me. And then he says, you're supposed to let the air pass over your vocal cords. You're not supposed to. That's why your voice is tired, because people are asking me to come to the studio and write and come and do this. And I would teach school all day, and I didn't have a voice. So he was working with me doing that. So I was like, okay, well, how much is this? And he was like, come back Tuesday. I was like, okay. So come back. I was like, so I need to know how much this is going to be. He was like, okay, come back next Tuesday. So he just kept on saying this. Yeah. But this man, all my life I sang, and I just sang. You know what he told me? My dad used to say this to me all the time. Oh, you could be great if you learn to let go. You just got to let go. You just hold back. This man says to me, you sing and you hitting all the notes and it's great. He was like, but you need to learn how to I'm a kid. He's like, you need to learn how to deliver the song. So he starts to explain it to me. He's like, you got to paint a picture. He was like, you got to do this. He wrote down these words. He was like, what song do you know? All right, now, this is how I want you to do it. He goes to the piano. This man, like, helped me more to, like, come out of that. I don't want to sing. So just easy as that, like meeting people. Then, like I said, going to studio sessions with my brother, going places with him, meeting John Platt. John Platt is like, at that time he was working at EMI, but that's Big John. So I got the opportunity to meet Big John. All these people I was meeting, I don't even know who they are.
Right. You just
I'm just like being myself.
Right.
I'm
and
just
that's
like,
right.
hey, blah, 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 and just talking like, and so they like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just meeting all these people. If I just like started naming all the people that I met, and some of them I met being places with him, and some of them I met just like out somewhere. Like I met Kenneth, which is Crouch. And we were out somewhere. I don't know what I was doing. I just talk to people. Or they'll ask me I'll ask people, what are you doing? And they'll just start talking to me. Yeah. So I was somewhere, I was at an EMI party with him. Because they have EMI parties for their writers. And the lady who wrote Almost Doesn't Count for Brandy. She's in the bathroom. I go in the bathroom. Wow. She's in the bathroom. And I was like, hi. So she's just talking, and she's the one that told me that she wrote that. So I see Kenneth. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And my brother said, how you know him? I said, I met him at such and such place. I don't even remember where I was at the time. But literally like Kinko's, this guy named Jason Griffith, wardrobe stylist. He was over there like, dang. I'm like, what are you doing? What's wrong? Why you fussing? He was doing tear sheets. He was wardrobe styling for like mega artists. And I met him that way. It's just, I just was always like
right place, right
at
time.
The right place at the right time, and the right personality. Yeah. You know, and my brother took me to meetings, and Tim Miner, he says it was about my brother's artist. And my hair's out like curly. I got this little orange dress on. Yeah. And the guy says, does your sister sing? And my brother was like, yeah. He was like, you need to leave other people alone to be working with your sister. I was like, oh, Lord.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I'm not coming back to his meeting. Because now he's looking at me like sideways. I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Right.
But, yeah, just being in the right place at the right time. Because, like I said, some of them were not even with him. Some of the people I just met just being out, working with different people, or just bumping into people, and they find out that you can write. And I thought this was really, really funny, and because you're not allowed to do this in the South. We are not allowed to say we can sing, and we can't, because they will say, no, you can't sing. Or they'll say, why didn't somebody mama tell them? Your mama would tell you can't sing out here. So they were like, whenever I would go to the studio and I would record something, they'd be like, "Oh, you really can sing." I'm like, "What do you mean? What does that mean?" Found out people actually go to the studio, girls, guys. I didn't know people actually did that. They showed up and they really can't sing because we don't do that here. We got like so much talent here. When a person here says they can sing,
Man.
they can sing. When a person here says they can play, they can play. That
Come
we
on,
don't even
talk
know.
about it,
We don't
sis.
even know what we have here, and
Come
like
on,
we
talk
don't
about
even
it.
network and work together. So I know all these people, and it was really bad because I have a friend who worked for DreamWorks. I got
Come
and
on,
then
look-
these people are connected. And then these people are connected. And then one of my other friends, Kyle, was signed to he was signed to Babyface's production team. So he was telling me that he wanted me to come there and write with him. So I would go and write, and then he would be like, "Get mad! I need some of that angry black woman stuff." I'm like, I don't write like that.
Since I'm hearing this writing, so that means you get them checks.
Well,
Or was this is before you figured out? Oh, I need to register and get
Well-
my residuals.
this was me just going places and like start, writing, just. But
Basically freelancing.
right, just
Yeah,
they're just asking.
gotcha.
They just come to the studio and they invite you to the studio,
Yeah.
just not really knowing what you can do. And then when you get in there, they're like, "Oh," but it doesn't really happen where you like. Okay, so this happened. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
John Barnes. John Barnes is working on my brother's album, right? And
Know who John Barnes is.
Yeah.
okay,
Yes, sir.
so I
Michael
love.
Jackson.
Come on. I already know. Yes, sir.
I love John Barnes. Like,
Yeah.
I love John Barnes. So we go to John Barnes' studio, and I'd already met him, but then, so they asked for me. Him and Robert White was working with them too. So they asked for me to come to the studio because they wanted me to write with my brother on his album. And I get there, and this girl had already wrote on the project. So they were like, my brother was like, "Why don't you just take her stuff and flip it?" I said, "I will not. I will not do it." But so you can do this work, but if the song, if it doesn't come out, or like the project doesn't come out, it doesn't do any good. So it's getting placements is what like is the big thing, the
Biggest
deal.
thing, yeah.
Right. So, but again, John Barnes. I developed a relationship with John Barnes because of that. He called me his little mathematician.
Man.
And when he
Man, we got these people in Shreveport, man. Y'all just be.
But this is the thing. When here, there's all these artists and all these people, and when I say to them, "Hey, so have you guys done this or have you guys done that?" I'm telling them about, I can't even tell them about the bumps that I hit, because what happened with me is I did not tell Manny Edwards. He told me the same thing. I go to his, he was actually vice president of Universal Publishing at the time. So, again, I didn't know what these people did. And Manny Edwards is the person who signed 50 Cent.
Wow.
He's the person who found 50 Cent back.
Wow. Right.
Now that I think about it. So, I didn't know that. I've been talking to Manny and didn't even know that, like, back then.
Man.
So, his wife is Tracy. Not Tracy, but Tracy Richards. She worked for Warner Brothers at the time. So me and
Eric
Tracy,
Benet.
yeah, she did Eric Benet. She worked for Allison Gabriel Ball. So me and Tracy got to be real cool. So I'm telling you, I'm talking to these people. These people are cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they do. I don't know.
Yeah, you just being
Right.
yourself.
So me and Tracy like hit it off. I love Tracy. So I'm talking to Tracy while she at work. She like, I gotta go back to work now. So I made the mistake because I had all these songs. I was recording this stuff, and when I did when I started working on my project, um, people said to me, even Emmanuel Officer, he said it to me. He was like, why you didn't tell us that you wanted to do music? And I was like, I didn't know. Even when I was sitting there at the house, all these people are singing at his house. All these people are artists are there and they're singing. And they was like, well, let's hear you sing. I was like, I don't want to sing. I'm serious. This is the stupidity.
Come on.
That I'm trying to get our people, the next generation not to do. So I'm like, his wife was like, girl, you crazy, because if I could sing, y'all would have to tell me to shut up. So I'm like, all right. So when I start to record my music, decide I'm gonna do my project, now the industry is turning topsy-turvy. It's not like it was where you could sign. Now, mind you, when I was talking to these, I would still talk to these people, but they could sign at people and do stuff. They're like, got one question. Why didn't you tell us that you wanted to do this when we could have just signed you and done this? You know, my dumb self said, because I didn't want to make my friends, make people think I was using them. And so my friend says, what do you think you're supposed to do? You're supposed to use your friends. You're supposed to do this. You're not supposed to be like, sit there with your mouth closed. You're supposed to say, hey, I want to do this. And one of my friends said, if they don't want to help you, then they're not your friend anyway. They were like, all they can do is say yes or no.
Facts.
And there's like, but at that time, you could have done this. So I'm like, So now the industry now is topsy-turvy. It don't work like that anymore. But it's like I still learned a lot. So when I got here and I met Ron, and they were telling me out there, because like I said, I can go and like, I have music, I can go and like work with people, but one of my friends kept telling me it's the marketing and promotion that's going to cost. It's the marketing and promotion, because for other people, it's the album and stuff that would cost. But for me, it wasn't that. It was even I was even going to studios and recording stuff for free. So coming here, meeting him, that's when I actually found out the marketing and promotion and that cost. And being an artist who's not really like R&B, and it's not really, definitely, I'm not Southern Soul, that wasn't even. So when you're doing pop or pop soul or anything like that, you're talking about a whole different level of marketing and promotion and money. So I was like, okay, well, let's just, everybody was talking about, I think Manny was talking about how there's no black groups. Found out that he had a group back in the day, which was Shilo. I was like, you should bring your group back. Not knowing that it was like gonna be that difficult, but I was like, you should bring your group back, because everybody keeps asking about a group. You should.
So Slack, she was the one to tell you to bring the group back.
Yeah, because see, I started Shilo in 2002.
Okay.
And I just got out of HTown. I just got out of doing my own group, but I didn't know. You know, I'm still learning too. You know, learning. Being out on the road with HTown, I met a lot of people, and I always looked at. I don't care about Silk. I don't care about. I'm on tour with all these people. I'm like, who moving them?
Come on.
That's what I cared about. You know,
me too.
I'm standing
Seriously.
up talking to Boston, man, with Sean, man, and, you know, we kicking it, you know, with everybody on tour and stuff. But I'm like, who is that dude with the suit right there?
Come on.
Who is that dude picking up that money? Who is that dude? When he say something, they move. So that's what I was learning when I was out on tour. I wouldn't even my drumming, man, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It was like, when I got picked up with H-Town, I wasn't even playing drums no more. I was, you know, Ron Johnson had taught me how to sing, and, you know, 'cause I could dance well. He put me up front, but when Fred Alexander from Lakeside told me, we was at the Forum at the time, you know, California, Los Angeles had the
Yes,
Forum,
sir.
and I was standing up, man. I was talking to Sean Stockton, man, and we were talking and running it, man. And he just walked up and he said, "Don't you let nobody tell you can't play." And when he told me that, I wasn't worried about the drumming no more.
Wow.
Because I used to go watch Lakeside when I was 9, 10, 14, 15 years old. So I wasn't worried about that, man. I was worried about how do I. So when I came home, Ron got 3 guys out of the Bright Star Male Chorus, Kobe Morgan, Jonathan Morgan, and D'Angelo. And they called themselves JDC.
Okay.
You know, and so he was like, I was in Houston because when I got out of HTown, I didn't move back home. I stayed in Houston.
Okay.
And I was producing the Screwed Up clique. You know, Lil Kiki, Lil Flip, Big
Yeah, hit it
Pokey,
now.
Big Hawk. I was, you know,
Yes, sir.
I was producing all, you know, man, I was like me and Jaime and man, we were like the 2 biggest producers in Houston at the time. You
And
know?
also too, maybe cut you off too. Tommy Grant, he was down there with
Oh
you.
yeah,
right?
yeah. See, Tommy
He was down
started
there with
with
you.
yeah, Tommy. Man, me and Tommy, we
Let's
was,
take it back. Hey, we got some legends, y'all,
see,
man.
I try to tell people they say the
Man,
H-Town
y'all
sound,
look over, man.
but it's really not the H-Town sound. It's the Shreveport, Louisiana sound. You see what I'm saying? Because, bruh, I got one of the classiest albums ever in Houston called Laugh Text. You got us effed up, right?
Yeah.
And if you go, I got the first 10 tracks on that album. Tommy had already gone platinum, and this was the way we ball. You see what I'm saying? So
Man,
then
yeah.
my album is a classic right now.
Wow,
You see what
bro.
I'm saying? And man, we had Big Mo, we had Kiki, we had C-Note, Botany Boards. It was like we were all in one studio.
Come on,
And they
man.
would just go out and say, "Hey, come get on this song. Hey, come get on that song." And I mean everybody, man. I mean anybody that you named in the Screwed Up clique was outside. You know, we was in the studio every day. We would actually, man, we would nonstop. We would not go home. We would leave there. We would go to DJ Screwhouse. If we leave DJ Screwhouse, we go back to the studio. So when I came home, Ron told me he had this group. And I'm like, okay, I'll help y'all. It's cool.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So Kobe knew how to play piano. And they had came up with the songs called, you know, I Love You. And I switched it. You know, I switched the production on it, recorded them. I said, man, you might have something. Now, be it mind that I just come from H-Town. And I'm also coming out of Ideal. Because when Stick was done with H-Town, he was, dealing with Ideal. So I saw that whole deal come to play, you know. So I'm like, group, okay. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm back here playing drums, making X amount of dollars a week. This dude just did Ex-Girlfriend by R. Kelly and made 20 grand for one track. You know, I'm like,
One track, 20 grand?
I'm like, oh, I'm doing the wrong thing.
Jesus,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
right, facts, right.
It's so crazy, man, that me, Ron Johnson, and rest in peace to my brother, Reginald Harper,
Maestro, man, rest in peace, my
we
brother,
taught
man.
Dino
Yeah.
how to produce. And when he did Ain't No Fun If the Homies Can't Have None on that soundtrack,
Come on, man.
you know, it was because of us, because we taught him. I taught him how to use the drum machine. Maestro was teaching them kids. As a matter of fact, that signature, Maestro started that from Shreveport.
Come on, man. Let's talk.
Right?
Glad y'all
So,
out here today, man. Yes, sir.
When they were doing their second album,
Yeah.
I mean, Dino was getting 15 grand a track, you know? And I'm like, so we at the house, man, and I'm listening. I'm like, I go upstairs. I say, Dino, I say, just because that key white don't mean that chord is what it's meant to be, right? So Ron Johnson, because I end up getting Ron, I pulled Ron in. First, I got Maestro hired.
Okay.
Then I got Ron hired.
Okay.
So Tumble and Rumble, that's Ron. You know, so part-time to your full-time, that's me and Maestro. You see what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of times they don't tell you, you know, they would pay you, but they won't give you credit. Say, okay, I already produced that.
Gotcha,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? And so a lot of that stuff, man, Ideal Records. Ron played on all of those Ideal Records. And like I said, when I got home and I did them, I said, okay, we might have something here. But I said, but we're missing something. So Kobe went to Atlanta and he met Lil Frankie. Now Lil Frankie family is the Bolton brothers. The gospel singer, the Bolton brothers. Yeah. So Frankie came, man, and he sung "A Change Gonna Come," and we were like, this little dude is a beast. Now Frankie at 14 was signed to LaFace Records. So he had just come out of a deal, and then he got with us. He got with Shilo, man, and bruh, believe me, man, we did Houston Rocket games. We went to, that's where we met Jermaine Jackson at John Boyne's studio.
What?
Because I took him to California, and we did a record. We did a record with Dre, and KP rapped on it. Because when we did the record, the guy was like, man, we need a rapper. We need a rapper with a signature sound. And I said, man, KP. So the song is called Best Kept Secret.
Okay.
It was produced by Dre, and it was written by a young lady.
Yeah.
We didn't know the girl wrote the song until we got to John Boyne's studio. And when she came and reproduced the song, and she was like, nah, y'all did the song wrong, because we did it down here. Mm-hmm. She said, those parts that you're doing were actually background parts. Now, so, man, this young lady produced this whole record, man, and Dre was like, he loved the group. That's one circumstance, and I'm gonna tell you all the situations that Shilo has been in.
Come on.
That was one situation with Dr. Dre, right? We left California. I went to Miami, and I don't know if you know Seven who did all of Ashanti's tracks.
Come on.
But if you notice, those are the same tracks on Rap A Lot. See, he left Houston and went to New York, and if Mary, if you listen to the record, those are the same exact tracks. Wow. So we went to Miami, and it was this the group Creed. Mm-hmm. So we was at Creed Mansion.
Come on, bro.
And Seven, we was in there, and man, we went in there, man, and man, it was dark, and these incense was lit, and here this dude come walking in with this wig on, man, and he had this big old purple Seven in the middle of the floor, man. And at the time, I had Mike Reed in Shilo.
Hold up, bro. Are you serious, bro?
Yeah. See, to everybody, this is what I want, because I know people see a lot of different faces in Shilo.
Yep.
When I understood to build a brand, I let the name become bigger than the faces. So if
we just got through talking about
if take the Temptation, there's only one original Temptation left, but it's three groups of
facts, right? It is,
you
right?
See what
right,
I'm saying?
Right.
So
golly, bro.
So what I told this Shilo was, it's time for the faces to take over the name. But we've had 3-4 sets of Shilo, because now I'm gonna go back to the situations. So we down there in Miami with Seven. Okay. We left Miami, drove to Atlanta, and this is gonna really trip you out, man. And that's why I know this group is destined. It was just these guys' mind wasn't right, because they were young, they were into females more than they were into their career, and they was into, it was just a fun thing for them, not taking it serious.
A hobby more than it becoming, right?
Deron Jones from 112.
Come on, man.
Had just did Keisha Cole Could Have Cheated. It was #1 in the country.
Man, that song, oh yeah.
You know our hotel room when we was in Atlanta?
What?
Was 112. He came to the room. They sung a cappella. He told me, I want them. See, I want them. Because, see, at the time when you're a producer like that, you can bring anything to the forefront now. Because that's what Stick did after HTown. He brought Ideal. You see what I'm saying? And not only that, he got on the original Gangsta soundtrack. Stick was just, man, he was doing some of everything at the time. That's how I got the drumming job, because he was the original drummer. But he was producing so much, he was like, man, come out here and do this for me. I'm like, Sticker, man, I ain't played drums in years. He said, you ain't lost it, just like riding a bike. I went to Houston on a Wednesday, because I had to buy drums, buy cases, and went to Houston on a Wednesday, had one rehearsal on a Thursday, opened up for Tupac in Fort Wayne, Indiana on a Friday. So
Open up for Tupac, y'all.
So yeah, H-Town. It was H-Town,
Oh man.
Mint Condition,
Wow.
and Tupac. And let me tell you what was so.
That's a kind of a
But let me tell you what was so crazy about that, man. As a musician, and you're a musician, we love Mint Condition. We know them some of the baddest cats that ever played. The people looked at them like crickets. H-Town hit the stage, they went crazy. I didn't understand it. I'm back there, man, when Chris Dave was playing. You know, Chris Dave was playing.
Yes, man.
And Stokely was singing, man. Bro, we on the side of the stage, man. And I'm looking at the people like, why I ain't getting off into these guys, man? You know what I'm saying? But as soon as these guys hit, man, when we hit, dude, it was over with. I mean, H-Town just skyrocketed because what happened was we did Fort Wayne. After we did Fort Wayne, we went to South Carolina. Luke pulled us back down to Miami. And he had a club called.
So tell him Luke, who you talking about? Tell him about who
Luke,
you talking about.
Luke Skywalker, Luke Record, Two Live Crew. That's who they were signed
That's
to.
who you talking about, Luke. Not Luke James.
No,
Luke. Yes, sir.
He had a club, a warehouse, man, where Luke Record was at.
Come on,
and
man.
he had a club called the Pac-Man, something like that.
Yeah.
That's where we rehearsed at. We found out when he pulled us off the road, and he said, y'all need to rehearse. So we went on tour. It was Jade, us, Silk, SWV, Naughty by Nature, Shy, LL Cool J. You know, that was the Coca-Cola Summerfest. And Luke was like, I don't have
Coca-Cola Summerfest.
Yeah, he's like, I don't have punks in my group. He said, drummer man, I don't care. You got cymbals, stands, stuff pop off. You better do what you do, because Luke, you know, at this time, Luke fighting for, you know, freedom of speech. And,
That's right.
At this time, you know.
On the court, I remember that, yeah.
And so Luke had us, Keith Sweat had Silk, right? So Freak Me was just as big as Knocking the Boots, you know. But Keith would come out there with Silk. So the crowd would go extra crazy. Luke saying, I'm about to stop this. So Luke started coming out with us, right? But the problem with Luke coming out with us is that Luke used to have all these people run up on stage, and all these women would take their clothes off, and it would be total chaos. That what they would say, oh, y'all can't come back to our city no more. You know, so, but it wasn't that he was doing it intentionally.
Right. I mean, that's, yeah.
It was just Two Live Crew was so wild, man. And when they saw them girls, them young ladies, man, and they, you know, Luke was nasty as he wanted to be,
Right.
you know. So, man, like I said, Deron wanted to sign the first Shilo. Dr. Dre wanted to sign the first Shilo. I had another guy, Vegas, who was, you know, then we was, I'll never forget it, man. It was Shilo, Gerald Levert, and Gerald told me, he said, hey, man, I want that little black dude. That was little Frankie. He said, man, I want that little black dude. And I'm like, good.
Gerald Levert, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, good, yeah. Yeah, man. And Gerald was so down to earth, man. He would talk, you know, he wasn't Hollywood. Mm-hmm. He was cool, you know. So we were telling Frank, go. Frank like, nah, I want to go if it ain't with my group. He didn't understand the mentality is, bro, you get on, you can always bring your group on.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? But, you know, I think he was scared to be by himself. I think, you know, because a lot of people are scared to be by themselves.
Still to this day.
To this day, they're scared to be by themselves. So, you know,
I'm
that was another situation. You know, Gerald wanted him, you know, and I didn't trip on it, man. But the group gave me so much chaos and headache, dog. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, the family. Quinn can attest to this, man. I got a phone call, man. Sony called looking for us. Now, bear in mind, we didn't have no record out.
Right.
I had these guys with all these people touring me because I got a friend that I've been friends with, man, for 20. He was managing
relationships.
He was managing those guys saying Gangster Lean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was managing them. And we hooked up, man, and we just jailed from that day, the whole tour, man. We was always together, you know, my boy T, you know. And I got a call, and Quinn called me, man, and he was like, Sony looking for y'all. I'm like, but the family, Frankie was so loyal to me, man. That's why I love Frankie to this day, bro. He was so loyal to me that he called me and he told me, he said, big bro, he said they had a family meeting and they was like blood thicker than water. But I'm like, what his blood was? And I'm around here scraping up, spending my hard-earned money, getting money from my partners, you know, getting loans here, you know.
Going in debt for this.
Bro, look,
Yeah.
let me tell you something, man. I had a friend, you know, rest in peace, man, Capo. And, you know, not sad to say, you know what I'm saying, Capo was a pimp. But he was a high-end pimp. You know what I'm saying? And he was huge in Dallas, man. If you go to the Big T's Bazaar, you'll see his T-shirts. We got Capo on it. Well, that's the reason why Jim Jones called himself Capo. Because Capo asked me and T to put him an album together. We put MJ and 8 Ball on his album. We put Jim Jones on his album. You know, at the time, the hottest acts, man, we put T.I. on his album. So, you know, Capo, I was on my way to Austin, San Antonio, where else we were going? It was West Texas. And I had 3 female dancers, and guess who one of them was? My Yellow Shaw.
What?
Yeah. She was dancing in the background for us, man. Her and 2 more dancers.
For Shilo.
For Shilo. We was on our way.
Wow.
We was on our way to West Texas, and we was on tour with Lil Zane. At the time, Lil Zane was hot.
Facts, right.
You
You
know
know,
what I'm
Lil
saying?
Zay was hot. Yes,
So-
sir. Lil Zay.
So my partner,
Yeah.
my partner called me up, man. You know, thanks to Ike Ghostin, man, and that's the unsung. You know, that's a whole nother story of talent right there. So we on our way. And he said, man, where y'all at? I said, man, we about to come through Dallas, man. We on our way. You know, we with Lil Zane. You know, he told me, he said, we was on 35. I never forget it. He said, man, it's a McDonald's right there. He said, pull up over there. We pulled up over there, man. And this guy, he was talking to a well-known football player ex-wife. Her name is Carolyn Sanderson, right? So they stopped. We got out. He walked over. He saw the van. He said, bro, how many people you got with you? I said, I got the 4 girls, the 3 dancers, me and Ike, right? He said, you straight? I said, yeah, I'm good. We're good. We finna, you know, we doing this little tour. Man, you know this dude came out his pocket, gave me $5,000. He said, man, take care of them people. He said, you need to look good. You know, he said, I like what you're doing. So
Come on, man.
we get to Austin. He calls. He told Ike, he said, put Slack on the phone. He said, hey, man, look at him. He said, man, I like what you're doing. He said, I like your vision. He said, I like you, because every time I call you, y'all somewhere. He said, you got these boys all over the place. Man, he said, man, I love that. He said, I move around too much. I said, but yeah, man. I said, but thank you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so what you gonna do with Ike? I'm just, it's going over my head.
Right, yeah.
While he calling me, right? I said, man, we gonna put Ike out. We gonna do Ike album, because he had a song with Shilo, and I still got that record to this day, man. You know, and he was like, Ike was like, bruh, because Ike was in them streets, you know, and he was like, bruh, he said, be honest with you, Slack. He said, man, I'd rather let's take out these boys. I said, huh? So I didn't know that was Capo was calling me for. So when we got back home, Capo called me again. And Capo was like, I need you in Dallas. I said, when? He said, I need you in Dallas. You know? So we go to Dallas, man, and we met him. Dude gave me $20,000. He said, I like your vision. He said, I like what you're doing with the guys. He said, man, keep doing what you're doing, bro. He said, because I see it. He said, I see what you're doing. I see what you're trying to do, right?
God, send me a capo. Jesus.
First thing
Seriously.
I did, I went and bought us a van and I wrapped it. I put, Shilo was one of the first groups from Shreveport to have a rap van around here.
Come on, man.
I bought all of them clothes. I bought all them Jordans to match their clothes. You know what I'm saying? I put money in all them pockets. Now, you ain't heard me say nothing that I did for me, right? I did all of the, that's when I started recording. When we went into the app, we went to cut us the album. I even got Stick to do us a record, and he did it for me on GP. We got Flip. If you listen to it, we got a record called, what was the record called? We Ball, right? My partner, Paul Wright, who did Millie Jackson, Tony Braxton, Bill DeVoe.
Come on.
He did Pastor Troy, We Ready.
From Shreveport.
Pastor Troy, We Ready.
From
He did Miracle Bounce, and he was part of Windstorm. Come on. And because he left first. Then my partner Archdale left. He went with Shirley Murdoch and Roger. Zap.
Ooh, man.
And then I left. So the thing about it, all of us was out there at the same time.
At the same time from Windstorm.
From Windstorm, right there in Shreveport, man. So and Paul's best friend at the time was Gene Griffin. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And we went recorded these records. And if you listen to the record, Lil Flip had just went gold. He had just gone gold, and he put it in a rap that he went gold. So we got Flip on the album, man, and, but like I said, man, when you have that saying that, some people not going with you, or it's
Come on,
not,
man.
some
Come on,
people
bro.
just for a season.
Yeah.
These guys, like I said, man, and I shut down after the very last situation I had, man. We were supposed to go to New Orleans with R. Kelly, right? They in their mind, man, we ain't getting paid, man, we ain't going, we ain't doing this. Now, R. Kelly had just started Rockland Records, you know what I'm saying? The man is the man, the music is a different situation at this
Facts.
time,
Right, music,
yeah.
facts.
So
Right.
T was down there in New Orleans with R. Kelly, because T rocked with R. Kelly, And then my brother Travis, man, he
Shout out to T.
he called me, man, about 1:30.
Come on, man.
And T put him on the phone. He say, where y'all at? So I had to lie and say, hey, man, I had a contract gig. And you can't get out. Now, I got the phone on speakerphone. Frankie will tell you to this day. He is on speakerphone. And he was like, okay. I tell y'all what, come to Chicago. I want that group. You see what I'm saying? That situation after situation after situation. And then it just dawned on me, one day after some self, man, yeah. I just had to shut it down, start concentrating on Slack.
Come on,
You know
Slack
what I'm
tracks.
saying?
Yes, sir.
And then when she came, we flew out to California
To pick up my car.
to pick up her car, to drive it back and her things out the storage and all that
That's a
kind of
long
stuff.
drive too, y'all.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and that's when she was like, her brother called, and she being her brother had Robin Thicke's #1 record. He's writing for Robin. He's writing for Lil Wayne. He's written for Usher. He's written for Rolls Royce. So he was like,
At that time, he had Can You Believe was out.
yeah. So he we talking to him. He said, man, I want to hear the group, cause she.
And Emmanuel officer.
Yeah. And,
all of them was asking at the same
and
time.
Emmanuel did I Surrender for Cut Clothes. He did, Men in Black soundtrack, Babyface, all these people, man.
Yeah.
When you go out to Emmanuel house, man, there's about 19 platinum albums around this wall, And so her brother was like, man, let me hear the group. So I sent him the group. And he was like, man, they dope. I would put Shilo up against anybody. You see what I'm saying? Frankie, Kobe, Jonathan D. Because these boys come out the choir, they come out of Bright Star. They was well trained.
Facts, right? Well trained.
Very well trained.
Facts.
So, acapella wise,
Kill.
they were killing, bro. And when people heard them sing, man, people were just stopping their tracks, but the mind just wasn't right. So we get out there and he played. So when Manuel and Ralph heard him, they wanted to do some stuff on the guys too because they were like,
Ralph Stacy.
Yeah.
He has platinum plaques. He's a
yeah,
platinum producer.
sleeping in my bed for Drew Hill and all that.
Yes.
So they actually came to Shreveport and cut. Nobody knew that they was even in town. But I took them to the radio station because I wanted Quinn. You know, I was like, hey, man, these some platinum and Grammy winning. I want, introduce you to them. I want to put them on the radio. I want to show them some love for coming here to record. So when they got here, they was like, these ain't the same voices. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Run.
So what it was, like,
Look, no, Ron told me. I got to tell you.
not saying they were bad,
Yeah.
but they heard Lil Frankie. They heard that KC vibe because Manuel had just written on the All My Life album for Jodeci,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And Ralph, and he let Ralph hear him, and they was writing for Johnny Gill and all that. So, but they didn't complain about it, man, because like I know, Josh Dyers ain't no joke.
Yeah.
He wasn't a joke.
Man.
Big Josh ain't no joke.
Facts.
J. Jew ain't no joke.
Right.
Facts.
And Kobe, they wasn't no joke. Yeah. So when it was a different set. So we went back out to California. We did this record called All My Love that Emmanuel wrote. All I Have.
Yep, that's my song. We talked about that. Yes, sir.
Yep.
One of my favorite from y'all, for real.
Before we went,
That's my song.
and I asked him about doing the group.
Yeah.
Now, like you
I
said,
remember
he
y'all
had
got on the
headaches.
road
Look
to
what he
drive
said.
to California.
I told her, I said, I don't want to do no group.
On the
I said, that's a headache.
He told me they were headache. It was a headache.
I don't want to do no groups. That's what I
Now,
told her.
I'm sitting there like, oh, well, all these people keep asking about groups.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him the conversation I had with Manny, and I'm like, we need to do
So
it.
what happened was, I brought Rome to town, and
Rome.
when Quinn and them had what was that down there on
Oh, you remember back? You talking about back then? You talking about right? GG's.
GG.
Yeah, Gigi.
I remember that night.
You remember that
I
night?
remember that night.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So
I remember that night.
That night, Big Josh,
JG.
Lil Josh,
Yes. Yeah.
J. Jew, and Kobe sung with me in the band.
I'm like, there they go.
I got off the stage and I looked at him and I said, Tanji, there it is. That was the group. And that's what we took to California. Wow. So, of course, those guys learned a lot. But I think with that particular set, they had learned enough where they want to do things. See, me, I'm the type person like, hey, man, if you want to go out there and try it and do it, I help you, try it. But, they wanted to experience some things on their own. So that's when they formed Josh and Josh. And then, they went to Atlanta. J. Jew has always done what J. Jew does.
Facts.
And Kobe, man, it just wasn't in him no more because I think Kobe lost the feeling of looking over and not seeing his family. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he a family man for real. Yeah.
And that
Always
and
somewhere, it was,
and it wasn't the people he started with, and he don't have an understanding where, hey man, this brand is bigger than the people you started with. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace, D'Angelo. D'Angelo, he went to Vegas. He moved to Vegas. Frank is in Atlanta right now. Jay Morgan, he's in Houston, and then so we formed another set.
And what happens with groups, though, this is something that I noticed. People grow up and they get kids and they
families,
they get responsibilities, and so then they don't have the freedom or they don't
Life start
right.
lifing.
Life.
Yes, sir.
And you got to
Life.
intentionally
Yeah.
set your life up so that you can be free to be an artist, and that's no matter what kind of artist you
I
are.
believe that's a sacrifice, you know.
It is.
It
As
really
being
is.
an artist, like, you know, people be like, man, I want to be there, but y'all don't understand. Like, if y'all see these, like, the people that are who they are, man, they went through some sacrifice. It's almost like you see Usher, man, doing his prime, like, he went into no. It's when he got older. I want to have children, but guess what? He done did 5-6 albums that he can live off on. He done toured. He done stacked his bread up. So now he talking about, hey, I want a son. I want to have kids, and I want, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, because he has stability now.
Right,
See, when you
right.
when you hustling and bustling, man, and trying to do this
Can't
thing,
do that, man.
You can't do that. You can't do this music.
No
stuff
love
because
life, ain't
it requires so much, man. It requires so many
huge.
and it's
Huge sacrifice.
And life is a roller coaster, man. It's like now me, I'm putting out fires now. You know, it's like, you know, you want to go back and do those wrongs right. You see what I'm saying? You want to go, you got to do that, man, because if you don't go back and do them wrongs right, then you're not going to succeed either. So it's like, not like me now, I'm putting out a whole lot of fires, but what's good for us now is that the guys that we have now,
Come on, man.
we let
They
them,
wanna sacrifice.
they set their time. They invest in themselves. It ain't just me or her spending our money.
take initiative.
You know, yeah. You got, you know,
That's the big thing, you know, anybody.
Bro, you have to want it, dog.
Yes.
And a lot of times,
Now I gotta tell you.
And a lot of times, people think this game is like, oh, they made
It
it.
happened overnight.
You know,
They went viral.
Yeah.
Went viral.
Yeah.
They put this song out and it went viral. False.
Yeah.
False.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. You know, and I'm not putting nobody down.
Come on now. No.
Perfect example. That young lady out of Texas County that sung that gospel song after the Patty Pie thing and all that. You know what I'm saying? Where is she at now? She went viral. You see what I'm saying? So when she went viral, you know, from the little things I know, when I was around, you know, everybody wants to come in now. Now this person want to manage you. Now that person want to manage you. It's just like I said, my situation. When we was almost walking in the door, here comes the family and say, well, you know, blood digging in water, and you such and such. Well, when I was doing all of this sacrificing, where were they at then? You know, nobody wanted to spend any money. Nobody wanted to help this, and nobody wanted to help promotion and marketing. But I did, you know, with the grace of God, like I said, and some friends. Like I got a friend now, man, went to jail about 10 years, bro. This man loves Shilo so much, man. I think this man loves Shilo more than me.
Come on, man.
And he just got out, man. He said, man, I can't wait till I could travel so I could just, you know, come. He's just like, man, I don't want nothing. This man gave me 30 racks. You hear me? 30 racks. This man gave me 30 racks, invested, because he saw like Capo saw.
Come on,
and like I said, man, what made
That
me
is good, man, bro.
this one why I told her, it hurt my heart because the other people, money that got put into them, they played with it. You know, the reason why, and I tell this story to this day, I can get Ike on the phone, he would tell you the same thing. We were walking in St. Vincent Mall. We got a phone call. Capo called us screaming and hollering, man. And me and Ike looking at us, and Ike was a gangster. You ain't finna scream and holler at Ike. You see what I'm saying? Ike started screaming back at him. I said, hey, man, y'all chill out. Let's find out why he's screaming and hollering. Well, come to find out, man, that one of the guys had got his number, wanted some money from him, told him that we blew all the money, we didn't do this, we didn't do that. So me and Ike was like, hey, man, chill out. We'll be down there tonight. Because going to Dallas was like going to Bossier City
Right,
to us.
facts,
you
right,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
We said, hey, man, don't go out. Chill out. We coming. You know what I'm saying? After we talked to him and everything settled, when he found out what the business real was, you know what I'm saying? And, man, do you know that man? Now, this is the man that when you go to the club, he give everybody money and tell you to spend the money. Me, what I used to do when we go out there with that, I let them have their fun, but I always watch people. You know, I just sit back, man. I'm looking at the jealousy. I'm looking at the envy. You know, that night, man, before we got there, that man went out and that man got killed. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, and I know destiny is destiny. I know when it's your time, it's your time. But I also feel like a lot of circumstances, you know, sometimes happen, you know, helps the situation. And, you know, and because he wanted to go free his mind because all of this chaos, because this certain individual called this guy and told the guy these lies and stuff, made this guy go and do this. Now, be in mind, my partner from Missouri, who gave me the most of the money, told me he never asked for money back. He said, man, he you know what he tell me? He don't say it's their time. He said, man, it's your time. I said, well, bro, it's my time when God says it's my time. You know what I'm saying? But I just love doing music. I love dealing with talent.
Yes,
you know,
man. Yeah.
and even like people in the city, man. You know, a lot of times, bro, with me, I help you if you're helping yourself.
They just said that, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if I see that what you doing is just playing,
Right.
then I don't waste my time. You know,
Facts, right.
and I've gotten, you know, a lot of so-called enemies because of that, because people done asked me to manage them, people done asked me to invest in them, people done asked me to do a whole lot of things with them, but I know you're not serious. So when I know you're not serious,
Wasting
then,
my time.
yeah, you know, but
And Tanji ain't finna get on to me.
nah. So when I see you,
You hear me? Because Tanji don't play, y'all. I'm telling you.
No,
Y'all think it's slack. No, Tanji don't play.
I don't like.
He the cool one.
yeah, that ain't me.
He the cool one. Shoot.
I'm gonna jump on my left soapbox about this.
Okay.
I don't like for people to say, "Oh, I want to do this. This is my dream. This is my purpose." And as soon as something happens, they like, "Oh, I can't do music. I'm not gonna be able to do it because I lost my job. I don't know how much." Well, then you just gonna lay down and die. Just lay on down on the floor and die then, because that's how you're acting. No. Where is your backbone? Where is your heart? If this is something you really believe that you're supposed to be doing, then you got to fight for it.
Fight.
Because it's not going to come to you easy. You got to fight for it. Yeah. So whenever...
It's a roller coaster ride, man.
I don't have no
it
patience.
Is, bro. It is.
I don't have no patience for that.
Zero tolerance, right?
Yeah, I don't have no patience for that.
So you know, man, it's like, you know, I think my purpose is to help. You know what I'm saying? I think my purpose is when
Facts,
I
me
meet
too.
people, you know, it's like, it's why a lot of times, you know, even she used to get on me a lot of times, like, man, people, you loan your stuff out and people blow it and you just fix it, and you don't say, well, you know, I'm like, I don't really trip out about it, you know what I'm saying? Because so many people done helped me and they done paid it forward to me.
Now y'all see it's hard, because now I understand, like, I see your heart now, because so many people have, like, blessed you. And this thing, ain't no $2. Y'all heard it ain't $2. No, this is to change his life. Like, to, man, people don't do that, man. Like, what, somebody don't just give you money to change your life. Some people give you money just to put you in a hotel and feature for a couple of days, and that's it. No, this is to, like, turn your life around, bro. So I see why your heart is like it is for people, because
think about it, Tommy. The money that I receive, that, you know, I tell people all the time, man, I could have bought cars, I could have bought
big
home,
studio.
I could, right? You see what I'm saying?
Or been going about here.
But when I went out on tour, and I saw 20, 30,000 people screaming and hollering every night, and I'm like, I just want somebody from home to get that same experience. And what bothers me a lot about Shreveport is that they think if it's not rap, then you can't make it. You know what I'm saying? But this what I instilled into all them guys, man. I'm saying, man, look, I don't want y'all to get making it perception wrong. If you're paying your bills, got food on your table. I said, man, that's making it. You don't have to drive around here in a Bentley. You don't have to put $20,000 on your wrist and $30,000 around your neck to be making it. So my purpose was, when I saw that, and I was looking, I'm like, man, I want somebody else that I love to come and experience this right here. That's it. Man, I just want, man, you know, be it that the reason why I don't produce the whole album, and because I found out that politics plays a big game in this business.
Mm-hmm.
So
in
back
every business,
Right.
back in the
every
day,
industry, Jesus.
you know what I used to love to do,
Even in
man,
church.
with CDs was read credits.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I
Me
used
too.
to,
Yeah.
who produced this record?
Yeah.
You know, that's how I started finding out big time producers,
Mm-hmm.
big time engineers, big time promoters, you know. So my thing is, if I go get platinum producers, if I go get Grammy writers
Come on.
and jail that, you know what I'm saying? It's like I put my records back,
Yeah.
you know, because you got the Lynx who did LSG, who did Silk, then you got Slick who did Tank. All these people, Steve Russell that had nine number one hits, writing for us, man. So it's like, okay, you got, you know, Drayden the boss. It's like what we did was we put the records out,
Corn.
you know. We put records out just to start teasing to let y'all know we coming. The bigger records are on the album.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the tribute to HTown was because
Come on.
my whole
Steady knocking too, y'all. That mug is boo.
when I got out of HTown and I was producing,
Please.
I credit that stuff, man, because I would have never met all those people on the road that I
Come
can
on,
still
man.
call right now.
Man, right, facts.
I would have never produced the people that I produced, you know, if it wasn't for HTown. So I had to do that. Dino, man, was like, man, you know, Dino, we used to sit on the bus, man, and I used to tell him these chitlin store gigs because they came straight from projects to
In the
platinum artists
facts, yeah.
to 11 million records. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I was sitting on the bus and we be talking, I'm telling him about promoters running out the door with your money. And hey man, we got through gigging, we probably got a what we call rubber burger. Remember you put them burgers in the microwave and the paper used to flare up,
Yeah.
and, you know, and the orange juice and you know, and
Survival mode.
I'm gonna tell you the day that they really respected me. I'll never forget it. We was in West Virginia, and we went to this gig. Man, it was an actual barn. Went in there. They had a 16-channel board, two PV amps.
Oh, I remember this story. Yeah, tell this story, bro. Yeah, tell this story. Yeah, they need to hear this.
And
They need to hear this. Yeah.
so
I
we
remember
all
this.
got back on the bus, man, and they was sitting around. Now the money was good.
Yeah.
Because right now we number one in the country. So and they was sitting around, man. I looked at that boss and said, man, y'all want to do this gig? They were like, yeah, we want to do this gig. They got a big old back end, you know what I'm saying? So I said, y'all come with me. Band. I got that 16-channel board. Man, plug them power amps up. I said, look, we not going to be able because we were running a rack by this tall.
Right. All that, yeah.
Racks. We were running the
All that-
MPC
yeah,
drum
all that
machine,
music, yeah.
the S1000 with the back vocals on it. You know, we running all. I said, hey, look,
Yeah.
give me one bass and one snare. I said, the bass player, the guitar player, Rico, you gonna run in mono, cause you know, like you ain't running the keys in stereo. So we hit our first thing, bloop, we just went out. Well, they had this sign outside. I'm like, unplug that sign. Unplug that sign. I said,
We need all the juice.
run that
Every
sticky-
juice
run
we
the
can
sticky
get. Give me
card
them batteries
this
too.
way.
Put them batteries.
Run that sticky.
Get them backup
Man,
batteries.
Took a 16-channel board.
Come on, man.
Made that gig. And from that
Straight concert.
From that standpoint, man,
Yeah, that was it.
It was respect.
But also too, bro, I didn't even cut you off, man. But also too, that is showing how people from Shreveport is.
Yeah.
We gonna figure it out. Solution makers.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I was just talking to somebody today, man. She was like, man, yes. It's always a solution to any problem.
Right,
That's
right.
true.
We're gonna figure this out. But also too, we understand we serve a great God. So why have an attitude and then we fall back and then we just sitting? Nah, let's change the tire. We gotta go. Let's
go.
get the chai.
That's me, bro.
Thank the Lord that it wasn't the engine.
Right, that's what I say. You gonna lay down and die?
Come
or you
on,
gonna get up?
come on. So we find solutions.
Get up.
So him just saying Shreveport in you, and that's y'all. Y'all be proud of where y'all from, man. Be proud of how we been raised, man.
Yeah.
Be proud because man, y'all don't understand. There's a lot of these states don't have what we have.
No.
First of all, just the talent
well,
that we have just right in our area. They spread it abroad, certain places.
but Tommy, everybody from somewhere.
Facts.
But you don't see nobody say, "Oh, I can't make it up." Why are we the only somebody say you can't make it here? You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, everybody that's everywhere else, they still stay in their cities.
Right.
They made it out of their cities. Why we can't make it? You know why we can't make it? Because your mentality says you can't make it.
Facts.
Hey, I've been making it for 40 years.
Come on.
So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, but your perception of making it in mine is totally different. You know, I don't, you know, it's like I've done so many things, gotten so many accolades and stuff, man, but that don't define me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My giving back, my helping, that's what defines me. Because I know that, you know, I got a purpose. I know, hey, man, you got to go back and you got to teach these people. That's why, you know, a lot of times people, they won't tell you, oh, how do you get that record played on the air?
Right.
Come to ask, man.
Come
Stop
with
being
me.
so prideful.
Come with me. I'm going to show you how to get it
Facts.
played.
Cause what I did, bro, when I started my music label, what I did.
Came to me, and what did I do?
Come on.
I took you to
And
yep.
right, but what also too, what did I do when I had an even problem with an artist?
You still remember?
Did I hold up? First of all, did I go to anybody else?
No.
I went straight to my brother. Ain't nobody else.
Yep.
Because doing like stuff like that, y'all gotta understand. You can't when you're doing business, you can't have everybody in your business.
Right.
You can't. You have to. When it comes to music business, it comes to any type of business. You got to trust this person. You know what I'm saying, with what you bringing them, man. Because some people, man, they snakes. Like they will take that and run with it and talk about you or things like that. But man, I went to bro. I told him what was going on. Man, loyalty is everything, y'all. Loyalty is everything.
Yeah.
And they missed out on a lot of blessings because of the situation. I had to tell them, man, like what they was doing. And that person missed on a lot of blessings because he was already setting that person up to win. But microwavable minds.
Yeah.
Don't want to put in the work, or also too don't want to just sit back.
Yeah.
We got you. Let's get some stuff in place. And then once everything in place, it's gonna feel like, man, ain't nothing. It's gonna a big ride.
Flow.
You know,
It's gonna flow.
Yeah.
20 city tour. Why? Because we took some time. We talked to this person. We put this on. It takes time.
It does.
It does. You can't
Calling on the phone.
Yeah.
Hey, who promote? What you got? Then you also too, if it ain't really somebody that people know, you gotta shop them.
Mm-hmm.
Send music.
Oh,
you know.
That's the other thing. Oh, I got to get paid for this, ma'am, sir. Promoters only, they are doing this so they can make money.
Well, let me break this down. I'm gonna break it down the easy way.
Break it
Don't put
down,
no
fam.
butts in the seat. They ain't
Right.
They ain't
This
trying to do it.
this the easy way, man. Like she just said, you call me and I got Tank here.
Come on,
You want to open up, right?
help him out, bro.
So, me as a promoter, I got to pay Tank. I got to pay all these expenses and stuff. You want to open up, right? You might want to open up for free, but are you going to bring 100 people with you? You see what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times, see, even over in the Southern Soul world, man, you used to be this thing, man.
Buy 100 tickets.
I've seen a whole lot
put
of
you on
people.
there.
They complain, oh, they book the same people. Oh, them same people
Come on, Doc.
put butts in the seat.
Facts.
They put. So my thing is,
Gotta make sense.
I give you that opportunity.
Come on.
I give you that opportunity.
Yeah.
What are you giving me? What are you bringing back? It ain't no tit for tat situation, but yet still you got to understand that I'm spending a lot of money for this production. So if I let you open up, are you going to bring some people to say, hey, look, okay, back in the day, what we used to do is like, okay, you sell 50 tickets, get on the show. Okay.
They still doing it to this day, bro.
If you come and you give me 45 of them tickets back, what was the purpose? You see what I'm saying? It's like you got to build a fan base so that way you don't have to call me. I'm gonna call you. You see
That's
what I'm
when
saying?
I come back in your time.
What?
Tiffany, listen. Hey, you got come through. I got
And-
that's how it's supposed to be.
And I'm gonna tell you another situation. Numbers, right?
Come on, numbers.
All about the numbers. All about the numbers. Man, I got 100,000 followers. Tell them to give you $1.
Hey, we can go ahead and shut
Just
this
tell them
down.
to stream your
We're gonna
down-
cut
that-
this down right. Hey, he hit on something right there. We can
Tell-
go and shut this down.
Yeah,
God,
you got 100,000 followers.
they ain't giving a dust cloth.
Or just
I'm telling you now.
You got an album. Tell them about your album.
play it.
You know they're not gonna
Stream
buy. You know they're not gonna buy your album. They're
Come
gonna
on.
stream it, right?
Come on.
You're not helping me by streaming my album
At
because, first of all, Spotify
That made 13 cents, man.
Come on, man.
1,000 streamers, man. Come
zero
on, man.
zero zero point 3 cents of a dollar.
Right, come on,
We're not
man.
making no money on
No
those
money on those
streams.
streams,
So my thing is, don't ever come to me. I'm a dinosaur, man. And I tell you, I used to, the label execs used to come when I talk, man. Send me your numbers, man. I said, man, I'm not worried about no numbers. I said, let me tell you something, bro. I don't care about no numbers.
Come on.
Because number one, you got bots. The people buying a lot of them numbers.
Talk
in the
about
first
it, bro.
place.
Talk about it, bro.
Secondly,
Expose them.
Secondly, I said,
We expose this.
I said, man, let me tell you what I do. I take my people out on the road.
Yes.
I let them meet and greet people.
Right.
We sell
Build a fan
merchandise.
base.
We build our fan.
gotta get out there.
Them numbers, man. I mean, I don't. That number stuff done played out, dog. Oh, they got 1 million followers. Okay, tell them to give you a penny.
Well, first of all, tell them to get on YouTube Live or Facebook Live and say, meet me here at 7:00.
Right.
Who gonna come?
Right. They only follow the fads.
Yeah, facts. Right.
Whoever popular at the time, they jump on them, then they jump off of them. Then whoever the next popular, they jump on them.
Yeah.
They never stick with you. That's
It's
why.
recycle fans.
Yeah, right. That's why, like I said, man, it's like, if you really a fan of mine, stick with me through the thick and the thin. Look, stick with me. Stick with me. Stay with me. All I ask you to do is just support me. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be about money all the time. Come to my
Just share
event.
it.
Come to my event. Why am I on stage? That goes for comedians. That goes for entertainers. That goes for football players. Why you not filling these stands up and you support me? You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear nothing about I got 100,000 followers. I got 200,000. Man, that means nothing to me. I don't care about that because at the end of the day, it's all about people that you're going face to face with, that you are touching, they're touching you back. That's what matters to me.
That's what matters, bro.
And that's why I don't get out all this social media streaming and views, and I'm a dinosaur. They be like, man, you can't think like this new millennium. I say, I guarantee you what, who runs social media? People. What if that's not the case? Why I can still go inside radio stations? Why I can still pick up the phone with promoters and put my group all around the country? Because we're loyal to each other.
Come on, bro. Say it, man.
You see what I'm saying? We're loyal to each other.
And it's a small circle.
And there's a small circle.
This business game is a small circle.
Right. So that's why, a lot of times people be like, man, how they get on that show? You got to understand, you don't know what I did for them.
Come on.
They didn't forget.
Facts.
They
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't forget what you done for me. You see what I'm saying? That's why I help so many people, because I haven't forgotten what people done
But
blessed
also
me.
too, bro, what you don't do, you don't put on people's head to make them feel like they got to do something for you.
I don't.
Because some people do that, right?
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you a story. Back in the day with Windstorm, there used to be a club here. You weren't even born. Called a 3D.
Ooh.
It's right across the street from that funeral home over there off on Freeman and Harris Drive over
Yeah,
there.
okay.
It was right across the street. It was a big warehouse. Well, Lester Troutman left this bass drum, and 2 speakers. Me and Ron shipped that stuff back to him. We could have easily took that stuff.
Put it in the studio and put Whistle bass head on it and be like, hey, this try.
We never asked for nothing back.
Come on,
Do
man.
you know that Windstorm, we went on tour with Roger Troutman and Zap? See, a lot of people, Windstorm is the foundation to a whole lot of
Yes, sir.
musicians around here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? A whole
That-
lot
that-
of
that
man.
is the institute.
And what we got blessed with, even with the Juneteenth Festival, man, we started with the Juneteenth Festival behind a radio station in Houghton, Louisiana. That's where it started at.
Come on, man.
You left from there, and we came down here on Milam Street behind the courthouse.
Wow.
Right over there. And then it went from the courthouse to the Clyde Fan Parkway to the riverfront. Windstorm had been there every year. You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you do good and do right by people, Mr. Critton, you know, God bless his soul, Fred Moss, Leonard Johnson, man, all of these people, man, we've been friends for years, and we've always networked together. We used to do the Corvette Club down at the Civic Center every year. It's just that you got to build, it's about relationships.
Come on, man. Come
This
on, talk
whole
to 'em.
industry is about
Networking and
relationships, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's about who you know. And it ain't, you know, yeah, you got to spend some money, man, because why would you want somebody to do something for you for free anyway?
Yeah, just like the time you told me one time a guy was trying to get someone in a club, and he said, man, I'm slack friend. You slack friend? Oh, man, come on in.
Yeah,
And I got 2 more. And you like, what?
yeah.
Networking.
Because
Just the strength of him saying that you're the name, bro.
right,
Tell
man.
you, we went when we were in California. That was when Josh and Jeju and them were there. We went to one of my friends had some people who do shows, and they do them at popular places where it's hard to get in. It was
LA
hard.
Live, that's what it was called. LA
It was
Live.
3. It was the Federal,
Yeah,
LA Live, and then Home.
yeah, home. Yep.
And then there was another, I can't remember, but this lady got plugged. So I called her. She was like, oh, I can call this person for you. I can call this person for you. Oh, you can get in over here. So I get over there. She telling me who to talk to.
Teacher Camel Club.
We teach at the other club.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Zen.
Zen.
So we did.
That's when Usher and them was there, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah, they sung in there.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to. The people didn't even have to be there. She didn't have to be there. She called them and was like, "My girl is coming. She bring her group." Da 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 da. So one we had to audition for, but we didn't care. The rest of it was just like, okay.
For sure.
So we're at home, and this is like in Beverly Hills, and so they have their musicians and playing. When I tell you that the musicians in Shreveport, I'm not knocking other musicians, but
Come on, dog.
our musicians in Shreveport are extremely talented, and they don't even like. We don't know what we got, but I digress. But so afterwards, I'm watching in the back, and this guy goes up to the guys, and he's talking to him. I don't say nothing. I walk in, and he's talking to him. I'm like, oh. They didn't say, oh, our manager's over there. They just talking to him. I didn't say nothing. Because now y'all think, now mind you, I love them to pieces, but they thought that I didn't know anybody in LA.
They got wooed away.
They thought that Ron was
me.
doing everything
I was driving.
in LA.
That's all I did was chauffeur.
Yeah.
And I didn't know nothing. They didn't know what I knew just because I came back to Shreveport from.
But also too, y'all are humble people. Like that's the reason why I'm glad y'all on my platform, because I'm glad you get to say these stories and name drop, because these are some humble people, and they walk around here just like regular people. They don't have to. Hey, we need a section tonight because I did this for people. I don't need this because they're not the type of people like that. They come from, they walk the back door, love on each other, and they out here. They don't have to do this. So man, y'all.
Tell me, let me tell you.
No,
I called a guy, and I was saying, yeah, man, such and such told me to give you a call, and he was real rude to me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like. He said, so what you doing? I told him who I produced, and I told him who I was and something. He said, next time you call, lead with that. I said, man, I don't like name drop. He said, in this industry, you got to name drop.
That's the reason.
You know?
Yeah, that's like the code. Like,
He
yeah.
said,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because when we were in New York, when we went to New York to Kevin Lyle's party, we were told a code.
But wait before you do that.
Yep.
Let me tell. So the guy that they was talking to.
Okay, we're gonna put a pinpoint on that code.
yeah,
'Cause I want to hear that one.
The guy we
I
were
gotta hear the
talking
code.
to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The guy they were talking to. I just walked up.
Yeah.
I said, "Hi, how you doing?" He's like, "Hi, I'm fine." And he didn't know. He still didn't know who I was. He wondering why I'm walking up. I'm sure. I was like, "Hi, I'm the guy's manager." He's like, "Oh." Now, Shreveport, y'all don't know protocol, but believe me, the industry does, and they will not. If they ain't gonna break it, unless they a snake. Unless they're a snake, they ain't gonna break it. The man stopped talking to them and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be talking to you." He turned to me and started talking. He didn't turn back around. He's talking to me the whole time. We having a conversation. We just yakking, just like light conversation at first. The moment this man said that he did such and such, and I was like, "Oh, so you work with this person?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "That's family." I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Your family." That's all.
That was it.
That's how
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah, facts.
And then guess
I
what
see
he
that
did?
happen, fact.
Guess what he did? He's like, "I got some people I want you to meet." That night, next day, the man called me. He was like, "I want you to go over this place. I want you to go over here. Tell him I sent you. Go to this place."
Favor ain't fair.
And then we went. That's when we met Chuck Simone. Then
Whitney
we
Houston,
met before
Idea, whole lot.
before we met Chuck. We met Lamont. 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 Now I love Lamont to pieces. Now the guy that we met was Flip. Floyd Wilcox. He's an engineer, but he's engineered.
Numerous.
Yeah. So they call him Flip. So we meet Lamont Brown. Lamont says, "I want y'all to go over here and meet this person." So we meet Chuck. And then Lamont was calling other people. "Hey, I want y'all to go over here."
Keith Washington. And then he said,
Yeah, Keith Washington was at the studio when we
Howard
got there.
Hewitt.
Howard Hewitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, we going over to Steve Russell.
So we go to Steve Russell. This one I'm gonna show you how, like what he just said. We don't want this is us being from here and not knowing, that it's about relationships. Like I said, I was like, "Oh, I don't want to use my friends." Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Right.
So here I go. Now that don't mean you just brag about it. You got to know when to strategically do it.
Yeah.
You don't run your mouth about it because then you're gonna get stuff that you don't want. You want. So here we go. We go to Steve Russell's. He said, "I want y'all to meet." He didn't say where we were going. He said, "I want y'all to meet. Go to this
Tell the
place."
truth. He was acting funny.
No, that's what I'm finna tell you. We go to the studio because he sent us. Lamont brought us in there, and now this time Lamont met us there. He brought us in there. He introduced us. Whatever, we sitting down. Now Kobe wasn't there, right? So the other three there, Josh.
Kobe had to get back home because he was driving trucks at the
Right.
time.
So we in there. We sitting down. So Steve talking to us. We talking about the music. "Oh, what have y'all done?" Well, let me. So he's just like, kind of like, at first, right? So I just sit there, Ron and him talking. Ron looking at me. I said, "Just a minute." I told Ron, I said, "Just a minute." I'll wait. I said, "Yeah, so we just did this other record. Have you heard it?" And he was like, "No, I haven't heard it." I pulled it up. I said, "Yeah, we did this with Emmanuel Officer." And he says, "Emmanuel Officer?" I said, "Yeah." I was like, that's like my brother. And he was like, "Oh, let me hear it." So he played that record. All I have, when he played,
changed.
he said, "Hold on. Oh, y'all got to hear some of this. Oh, y'all
He
got to hear."
started playing those records.
Right. Going to the archive. You know what I got? Let me. I got something else for you.
That man sat there for an hour, and not only did he, after he played the records, that man sat there and talked to the guys about what it was like to be in a male group, the pitfalls that you fall in, how they start
pouring into their lives.
Personalities. This man got gifts. Do you hear me? The man got prophetic gifting. It turned to something spiritual. The man started. That's my thing about this industry. But I'm gonna tell you, the man sat there and started telling them about things that happened and how you got to be loyal, and how people try to get rid of people, and you know, and we just sitting there listening, like I said, but all that because of who you are connected to. And then when we went to do a show, I'm standing outside talking to Flip. We doing another show. I'm standing outside talking to Flip. Run. This how much I'm gonna have to tell you. This how much my husband, he'll stay here and let me go out there and know getting perfectly well that everything is still fine.
I be in the background, man, because I let her see. This one thing about females don't get respect in the industry.
True
anyway.
that.
And then
Facts.
and then when the men do look at them, they look at them, you know, like, hey, I want to get rid of. So they'll try to get a female anything they want.
Not all of them.
You know, some of them. You know.
Yeah.
But my point was, no, she gonna have to break and get done in this business. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by getting done is she got to meet these people. She got to use her discernment. She has to know. I'm not going to tell her nothing. I'm just going to, when we go out to California, man, I just drive all over her. And that's what they did. That's what they didn't understand. Oh, we no slack behind this. I said, no, I'm not.
That's why I'm glad y'all on here.
I said,
She is.
And we'll go back to Steve though.
Yeah.
Let me give you some history,
yeah,
okay? A Moore studio over there used to be called Nightwing.
Come on.
Right? I recorded Steve Russell when Troop, MC Hammer, After 7, they came to Shreveport. The Troop guys, all the rest of them went to the malls and did what they. You know what Spread My Wings where we recorded at? Right in Nightwing, right in Shreveport.
What?
Yes, sir. See.
Steve Russell a beast with that pen.
I also recorded what his name? Marky Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, I recorded him too in Nightwing Studio. See, there's a lot of history here, man. And like people just don't know, but man, it's so much been done here. Matter of fact, when KMJJ did that contest, when HTown first came here, they rehearsed in Nightwing before they did the show the next night. They were getting ready to go to London, and that's when they told me I was going to get, they were like, man, I need you to come play drums. So me in my mind, I'm like, man, people be here today in your face to tell you whatever. There ain't nobody going to call me back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they made a lie out of me,
Right.
But yeah, that Steve Russell thing, man, it goes way back, man. Because like I said, man, Nightwing, it's a lot of history over there, bro. But then, like I said, when it comes to this industry, man, and with me, I have no problem helping, giving people connects, telling them what they got to do. But when I tell them what they have to do, they look at me like a crook. Like, I ain't got to pay that. Why you said I ain't got to do that over there like you saying. But then they'll go get with somebody just because they got their hand around a superstar. Oh, I want to go work with him. But at the same time, I'm sitting back like, he don't know the people I know. He in a whole nother line.
Man, they don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So but I also be glad of that sometime too, because there's only a chosen few that really deserve to be worked with anyway.
I'm about to say, because I have a problem. Now I have a problem. I don't care what you call me. I don't care what you call me. I'm discerning. I am, and I am going to do what. This is everything that I have is a gifting. It is gifted by God, and I'm responsible for
Most definitely.
I'm responsible for these relationships.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, if somebody comes to me and say, "Hey, can you help me, blase?" I might say, "Well, I can't. I had it happen before," and you can call me whatever you want. But if you go over, I introduce you to somebody, and then you go over there and you offend them. Or you do something horrible, or you just behave like you crazy,
Yeah, that goes to
and
you.
then they're gonna say, "Why did you send me that? What were you doing? What was you thinking?"
And then when they get off the phone with you, they're gonna call. Hey, listen, if Tanji call you and tell you, please don't, because
Don't
she be
trust her
sending
judgment.
right.
Don't trust her judgment. Right now, I can call, if I say blase, people trust my judgment.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing it.
I just want these people to
Come on, help us, bro.
I just want these people to stop thinking that it's more to just Shreveport.
Come on.
You got to get outside of Shreveport. You got to push. You got to push what you're doing, your vision and your dream. I mean, you can't go sing every Monday night. You can't go sing every Thursday night. You got to do more than that. And you know,
it's not coming from me, y'all. It's coming from the OG.
It's not gonna come to you. You got to go get it. How bad do you really want it? Are you doing it now? If you just doing it for a hobby, just say that.
Yeah.
And leave it like that.
I see your words of Lattes on Mondays.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Right. But see, my vision has never been that small.
Come on, me either.
My vision has never been that small.
Really?
My vision has always been through the stratosphere because I'm like.
You're a visionarian. First of all, you're a visionarian, bro.
And
you still have your imagination.
What changed my life, man,
you know,
when you see 20, 30, 40,000 people that look like just a wave of water singing your songs and you know, these lights hitting you and the sound is phenomenal, you be like, who wouldn't want this every night if this is what you're doing?
The feeling, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, like I said, that's why I appreciate the guys, man, because they see it too.
Yeah, they sacrifice.
Yeah.
But
they see it too.
But the production, that's what I love. Like I modeled and stuff too. So when
everything, y'all should jack of all trades. Yeah.
When I did that Let the Good Times Roll festival runway show, it was because I didn't need to walk. I did it so that we could bring art and art and modeling into the festival. And some people will never see art. Some people never go to a museum. Some people never go to a gallery. But for me, the whole industry, this whole thing, even with the guys and anybody that we touch and we do something for them, people always looking at us like, what do you want? What do you want? Well, I'm not stupid. Like I do expect to like let me write on the project, or let's see how we can work this out. I want to help you, but let's see how we can work this out. Yeah. Even if it means that we got to do something that's a small percentage. If you can't pay, you know, if it's somebody that I really, really want to help, I'm gonna work it out. But this is the thing, for me, when I say I'm discerning, I need to know that you are not one of those people who's just gonna give up, but I need to know that you know who you are. I need to know that you know who you are and you know whose you are.
Facts.
Because when God gives us a platform, because when you get up there, like, okay, we help you do this, you do that, you get there. When you get there, you get a platform so that you can say something. The platform is for you to say something or be something or show something.
Come on.
God didn't just give you that platform so you could just, you know, I'm famous now.
Facts.
Okay, so who are you going to influence? And everybody's always like, oh, I don't want to do it because all this stuff happens in the music industry or entertainment industry. They got the Illuminati, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Well, this is my thing.
Man, I've been to plenty of them parties and I haven't put nothing up my nose,
and
nothing in my
Come on, man.
I never smoked nothing.
Right.
You
Facts.
Been to these,
you know,
been to these
I've been
parties.
I've been to plenty of them parties, man. You know what I'm saying? But
Just, hope you went at a Diddy party. Though,
no. I've never been to a Diddy party.
No,
you know, but all parties like Diddy parties.
Right, facts, right. He just got they just put a light on him. But there's a lot of Diddy parties.
All parties.
Luke had Diddy parties.
It depends on
Luke had Diddy party before Diddy.
Facts beyond. You know,
I think it depends on what room you go into.
Come on, yeah. Facts,
where you choose to go. If you're staying in the main room, or if
gonna
you
stay in the
choose
main
to go.
room.
Right,
Bruh.
you stay in the main room.
I want Sprite.
You stay in the main room. You meet the people, and you dip out.
Yeah,
but the thing is, what are you going to say when you get there? Who are you going to represent when you get there? Yeah. And if I feel like you don't know who you are, if I feel like you shaky, I just can't do it.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
So go. So I pinpointed earlier. You were saying something that it was you had to have a password or something. You said to get it.
Yeah, we went to a 300 party. Kevin Lyles was there, and that's when we went to New York and got our distribution deal up there. And
distribution, y'all. Yes, congrats.
Man. And he called us and told us, He called her and told her the code word, and that's the only way you could get in the party. Yeah.
He said, when y'all get there, say,
I guess that's supposed to be a New York thing.
no, that's not. It's not. It's an industry thing.
Industry thing. I love it. I love it because we on the right track.
Yeah, you when you go.
Yeah, we on the right track.
And you know what was so good about that party
Industry
though?
thing.
You know what's so good about that party?
Yeah, come on, man.
It's two things that I know we're doing right by the group, by having this group, right? Because when we was in that party in New York, man, they was like, what y'all do? Y'all do something. You see what I'm saying? So now when they opened up for Tank in Monroe, and they cleared the back, cleared out so Tank can walk through, the guy was in their dressing room, and Tank walked by and he stopped and he looked back, he said, you Negroes do something. I don't know what y'all do, but you Negroes do something. So that
energy.
That let me know, because it was like, man, you've been pushing this male group thing. Well, because everything always comes back around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've never been one to follow the trend. I ain't no follow trend guy. I stuck to what I knew. You know, because even though she managed the group and she does what she does, I still use my resources to help her.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Team, they are a team.
but I know this group thing is right because we're different. You know, I mean, right now, only groups you're looking at is the '90s groups. What are they doing though? They working every weekend.
Torn, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if you're looking at the '90s group, and here it is 2025, you're looking at 93, 92, 94, 95, and these guys still out here making money. Isn't that something that you can design and kind of flip it to make it your own?
Come on,
also?
man. Come on, right.
You see what I'm
Not
saying?
to mention all the greats
Right.
that really came out of groups.
Right.
They
Yeah.
they
And I
established themselves.
and I explained that to the guys too. I'm like Lionel Richie, Jeffrey Osborne, Morris Day, all these guys, these drummers that come out of groups. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about what we got going on, man, so we can get on here.
Hey, I love listen,
Tomorrow,
man.
man.
Hey, we had a great time, but listen, on tomorrow. Well, on today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's coming out today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Today, Thursday. Tonight, Bally's Casino, Shreveport, Louisiana. Shilo listening party. Doors open up at 8 p.m. I saw on the flyer said 8 to 1, so that means we're going to party.
Like
Free
it's
to the public.
1999.
Ooh, like it. So tell us before I heard because I had the guys on here yesterday and they were telling me that he got some special guests. So can y'all tell us like who else he got other than Shilo?
Well, the way most listening parties, what they do is
Because it's totally different.
They play the records. You speak about the record.
Right.
I've been to several listening parties. I want to do it different, man, and I wanted to take some artists, artists that got originals, and I want them to shine too.
Yeah.
Even though it's about the guys and their party, I still want it. Like Sarah G. She's a great saxophonist, man. Q Major, he's a great violinist. Adriana's a great vocalist. Shayna's a great vocalist. And I might slip somebody else in there, my little Southern Soul cat or something.
Yeah.
I want to make it out of not just a listening party or album release party. I just want to make it out of a party. We gonna
Industry party.
yeah, it's just a party, man. We're gonna meet and greet. We're gonna, what I'm saying.
And it's free to get in.
yeah, it's
And
free,
I heard
man.
y'all got free food.
Yeah, it's gonna be some food.
Come
there,
on,
man. We're gonna have.
hey, but you better get there on time now.
yeah,
you know us.
you know that food ain't gonna last.
Yeah, it ain't gonna last.
And we're gonna,
You
we're
say
gonna
free food, people
We're
come.
gonna have the album. We're gonna have the album there.
Yes, come on.
The merchandise.
So you
there,
have
man.
hard copies or
hard copies, flash drives,
Oh.
all of that, man.
yes.
I've been
yeah.
working hard on this merch, so y'all
Yeah.
bring y'all pocketbooks.
Yeah.
Right, come on, yeah, especially if it's free, y'all.
We
Y'all,
not-
y'all
man.
gotta come,
Y'all
spend
support the guys. Get a Shilo shirt, man. Get
one.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all won't be disappointed with this album, man, because we got some hit makers on this
it.
album.
Yes, they do, and it's so crazy. All the people that y'all was saying, some of them produced on this album, y'all. So if y'all heard all these heavy hitters,
They on there.
they on this out, yeah.
They on there.
So yeah,
They on there.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all come out, man, and Like I said, it's free.
Yeah.
You know, come enjoy yourself. Come listen to the guys tell y'all how the records came about, how we went to California, how we went to Atlanta, and how, you know, how we did everything, and how we shot the video in Houston, in HTown for HTown.
Come on, right.
Listen to how HTown stamped them.
Yeah.
And,
Come
you
and
know,
support.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah,
and show them some love because
Yeah, show them some love. What's the title of the album?
Shilo with love. This is from Shilo with love.
Show love and you receive love back.
Come on, with love.
They
on.
show them some love.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's about. Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm glad, man. We had a great time. I ain't lying. We could probably talk for about 2 more hours. I ain't lying.
Yeah.
'Cause it just feel like, you know, this is not an interview. It's just like we just sitting in the living room just talking, and we just got us some mics, you know. Because me and Slack, we like this all the time, man. You know, I come to the studio and we'll talk for hours. You know what I'm saying? Just about just great things, and I love to hear these stories because it motivates me because. He's an OG, but now I'm an OG now. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's crazy now. So just to get a lot of knowledge from him, just doing music, man, he's helped me out a lot. The reason why how I do things because of this man right here. The reason why I flow like I flow doing my business is because these two people, guys, these my mentors. I just posted before y'all came. I said, man, I'm having an opportunity to interview my mentor. This is him, and I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much, man. It means a lot.
And we're proud of you too, man.
Thank you.
And this is just your beginning. I could see this, man, being bigger and better, man. So, you know, you just keep on doing things just like I've always stuck to what I know how to do. I don't work on cars. I don't paint houses.
Right.
I'm a musician.
Yes.
That's what I do. And with your talent, man, and you're a visionary also because you're a talented drummer. Talented musician.
Thank you.
And you sing. You sleeping on your singing.
Right.
You know
I
what
told
I'm
you,
saying?
man. I gotta get back in there.
Sleeping on your singing.
Yeah, for sure.
But this right here,
Y'all
man.
heard he said I'm sleeping.
I think if you're an artist in this city, I don't care what you do, but if you're an artist in this city, y'all need to come sit here.
But starting this podcast is really
y'all need to come sit here.
Y'all heard it.
Y'all
He stamped
really
it.
Y'all need to come sit here.
He stamped
man.
it.
You know, and I've been on podcasts here and shout out to Nesto and Rob and them, man. But it's like there's always room for everybody to do what they do. We don't have to hate on each other.
No competition.
We don't have to do that. If we can spread
friendly
love.
competition,
right, man? Because see, this is what I tell people all the time. If I relied on one radio station, I'd never get heard.
Facts, yeah, facts.
Radio stations all over the country. I want to be on every last one of them.
Every last, right.
You know what I'm saying? Every video show, I want to be on every last one of them. Each one of them brings something different to the party. They might bring the punch, you bring the chips. You know what I'm saying? So I just, like I said, I'm proud of you, man. You keep on doing because I know where you started from. I know you had that black cover at the crib.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Talk, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yep.
man. Yeah, this is emotional,
Yeah,
man.
man.
This is awesome. Yeah.
It was for you, it's gonna be for you anyway, man. And that's for every artist I know. You just starting with your 3rd episode. Then I'm coming back for the 100.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm ready
I
to see.
don't have to tell. I just want to come back and just come. And I said, I told you I'm gonna come back for the 100.
Tiny Desk started, small,
Yeah.
and look at it.
Yeah.
Everything. It's not even small. It started. It's
Right.
just
Well,
it got to start.
Yeah.
It got to start.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, got to start somewhere.
You and your crew. You know
Thank
what I'm saying? Knowledge, man. Y'all just, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And y'all just gonna get bigger and better, man.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something too.
Yeah.
And you talk about you learning from me and Ron. Now, all those people that I was talking about, and the funny thing is, Ron be talking about me because I forget the people that I know until somebody asks me about it or until I see them. But I learned, like, I would sit myself right there and just be in the room. And a lot of times I'm the only woman in the room, a lot of times. But I learned and just soaked all that industry knowledge up. And some things I didn't understand, I'm like, so wait, how does that work? And I would ask them, and they would just be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. So it's good to ask questions, and it's good to learn from, people who actually have been there. Because if I don't know, I'm going to go look it up and find out. So, and the other thing is, that's Thursday. Friday They're gonna be
Genuine in the building, opening up. Come on,
Right.
Casino Live.
right.
So if you can't see them there, if you got to work on Thursday, I understand. Most people got to work on Thursday. I understand.
Got to get up.
Got to get up. But listen, on Friday, that's the weekend,
Right.
huh? Go ahead and get your babysitter. Come on out. You already know Genuine gonna be in the building. He gonna make it do what it do. But before he come to the stage, Shreveport's on in the building.
That's right.
And they're gonna make it do what it do. They also too, they performers. You know what I'm saying? They gotta perform. I mean, Slack is a performer. They just can't just sit up there and just sing to y'all. Like they got to, especially if Slack got something involved with it. We gonna do some steps now. We gonna be right. So I appreciate y'all again. Thank y'all so much.
All right.
Music City Podcast is in the building. T-Vocal, the host. Thank you for everybody that's chiming in. Thank you for your support. Subscribe. Now, how can they follow? How can they follow y'all?
Well, on Facebook, my name Ronald Jefferson, and then everything else is Slack Tracks.
Yeah.
Sis?
Mine is Tanji Emina, and then we have the Slack Tracks page as well.
Yeah.
But I don't own Slack Tracks. She does.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yep.
Come on, man. Thank y'all so much. Again, like I say, I had to have y'all on here. I had bro doing Black History last year, but it wasn't official.
Yeah.
I had to get you on the Music City Podcast because last season, man, it was a dope season, and now this is season 2, and I'm thankful for to have y'all on the episode 3. So we're gonna clap on this one right there, have y'all on that. Yes, this year. But before we leave, and when everybody do get on my set, y'all have to do this right here. So yeah, thank you for putting the camera on me. But you put on the wide on the big one right quick so people can know what I'm doing.
Y'all make sure y'all come because for real, if this is a real set, I'm gonna tell you, I've been on sets. This is a real set, and y'all need to come and get the experience.
Yeah.
Man, y'all heard that from Big Sis. Y'all heard it from Big Sis.
Professional
Thank you so
set.
much. Yes, it's all about excellence. We definitely gonna do that at NAR
And
Music Group.
it's excellent.
Thank you so much. So this is what I have. It's mean a lot to me because I am a drummer.
Of course.
And it just had to be fitted to have a drum head. So I've got a lot of people from last season and this season already have signed it. So I definitely want to get y'all to sign this for me.
We in there.
Yeah. It's gonna be worth a lot of money one day, y'all.
We need to see if we can get Boss to come on and
Oh yeah.
and do Drayden. He's
Yeah.
actually a member of what's this?
Come on.
If I Ever
Yeah, he's
in love.
Ash yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Last night and
Last night. That's
Yeah.
what
Listen,
it is.
I want.
he'll be there tomorrow night.
I'm missing it.
Yeah, he'll be there. Yep, and then everybody else gonna send their loves on video and stuff. But Drayden the Boss, he'll definitely be there. And like I said, man,
Anytime somebody comes, actually, we're trying to get.
I want, if you're serious and you're really about your craft and stuff, I'll hook you up with it, man. And you do some records on you because the guy's phenomenal, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. He's doing something with Usher's crew right now. So yeah, he's something serious, man.
He is.
Yeah, he's something serious and nice and humble too. So he will be in the building, So yeah.
And please,
Come on.
I'm glad you said that, humble. Please, you can be the greatest talent in the world.
Come on.
But if your attitude is bad,
Ooh.
nobody wants to work with you.
Nobody.
So please,
Stay humble.
be nice.
Yeah.
If you ain't gonna be humble, be nice.
Yes, come on, right. Yeah, be nice, yeah.
And then y'all are definitely, because after the intro, the first 2 records on the album are here. So yeah, then you'll get to hear his sound.
Come on.
And then y'all not gonna believe, man, the sound is so phenomenal, man.
Yeah, he's great.
These guys, man, it sounds
I'm
like,
excited.
really sounds good.
Listen,
man.
I'm
Really
excited.
sounds
And
good.
also too, shout out to NAR Music Group. We will be in the building
yeah.
capturing
That's
capturing the moment. So yes, I do podcasting, y'all, but I do get behind that camera and make magic. So I can't
sure.
wait to shoot some dope stuff for y'all.
I'm gonna have a red carpet out there, so y'all come and take some photos.
Yeah. Oh,
in
come
front.
on.
Take
Yeah,
some
just
photos.
come-
Take some photos. Yeah,
see-
y'all come out. Y'all enjoy it.
because
It's a family
like
fun fair.
like I said, man, we got to get behind our people, man.
Right.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, and it's just not about rap. I love rappers. My cousin is Angelo. She's one of the biggest rappers that ever come out of Shreveport. And the thing about it, man, I love rap. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I've produced some of the best rappers that could ever rap, man. But, you know, support the R&B here too, man.
Yeah.
So, and not even R&B, if they doing folk music, if they doing country music, let's just support every genre.
Everybody, yeah, right,
You know what I'm saying? But I always see, you know, everybody always pushing. You know, even knowledge. You know, I love his rap because I'm gonna tell you what I love
We
about it.
talk about something.
Come on.
I love difference.
Yeah, man.
Everybody ain't ratchet.
Come on,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? I love
Yes, sir.
ratchet. Now I'm not slighting ratchet.
Facts. Come on.
I love ratchet. Everybody ain't ratchet.
Right.
I love R&B. Everybody ain't R&B.
Come on.
They're hip hop R&B, or they might be soul R&B.
Come on.
You know, so like I said, let's support everybody. man.
Everybody.
I want to
Come on,
see the
man.
musicians tomorrow. I
Come
want
on,
to see the
yes,
singers.
yes.
Man, I don't care if you're a poet. I don't care if you're an artist. Man, y'all just come. Let's have some good time. Let's meet and greet.
Should be
you know?
networking.
Yeah, I'm
Should be
telling
Big
you.
networking.
networking.
That's
Because
it, man.
somebody
Big
that you may
networking.
meet there can
Come
hey,
on.
I
Let's
need
go.
you to
Let's go.
help me with my
Come on.
clothes. I need you to
Facts.
help me design my
Yep.
my album cover.
Facts.
You know.
Facts.
So
Solid.
y'all see I'm advocating for y'all. So y'all better show me some love.
Yes, thank y'all so much, man.
Yeah,
We've done
good-
had a great
good
time.
night, man.
Yes, we in this
Yeah.
building. Hey, this T-Vocal, the host, Music City Podcast, man. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you next time. We out there. Peace.
Very good.